Hey guys, Dan with Pain Free You. Today's topic is relax. You are not broken. And I'm going to say that again. Relax. You are not broken. It's a key point to get through because TMS, distraction pain, distraction symptoms, are not a malfunction of the body. And we'll get into more of that later. But I've got three main points I want to cover with you. Do you believe that we heal physically? Do you believe that emotions can cause physical events? And do you believe that others have ended their pain through the work of Dr. Sarno and the other experts in this field? And we'll address each of these items one by one. So again, relax. You're not broken. I felt broken for a long time, 13 years, chronic pain. I knew about Sarno, I knew about the mind-body connection, I knew about all of this stuff for about 12 of those 13 years. Yet I couldn't end my pain. I felt broken emotionally, I felt broken mentally, I felt like there was something wrong with me because other people were getting better and I couldn't. So I felt broken, and it's very likely you do too. And what I'm here to reassure you is that you're not broken. You're not broken physically, you're not broken mentally, you're not mentally ill, you didn't cause this, you didn't do it to yourself because you're a bad person and you deserve the pain. You're not broken. So, first of all, do you believe that we heal physically? Have you ever cut yourself? Have you ever broken a bone? Have you ever bumped your head and got a big welt on your head? Have you had any physical trauma to your body that caused real tissue damage? And if so, what happened? What happened to that tissue damage? Most likely, if you were paying attention, and even if you weren't, the body kind of started to grow itself back together, or the inflammation from smacking your head kind of took care of itself and went down once the body realized there was no further damage or further infection or anything like that. You twist an ankle, it swells up. That's the immune system, the white blood cells rushing there to protect the area further from further damage. So we heal. Look, there are people who have gotten in horrific accidents, gotten thrown off of horses, gotten in car accidents, gotten hit by cars. Major, major physical traumas to their bodies, and they all healed. It's a universal truth. The body heals. It doesn't take 20 years for an ankle to heal from a sprain or an injury or even a fractured ankle. It doesn't take 20 years to recover from that football injury. It doesn't take 10 years to recover from you pulling your back out in the gym. The body heals. One of the best recommendations you can give to yourself or somebody else if they come up with pain for the first time, and it's not you because obviously this is not the first time it's chronic with you, but if you know somebody and they pulled their back out, best thing to tell them is, yeah, it's usually stress related. Don't worry about it. It goes away on its own. Just turn down the volume on your stress level and don't sweat it. Don't start diving into the whole medical thing. And that's probably the best way we can stop pain, legitimate pain, whether it be from a true injury, trauma to the body, or pulling our back out, or some muscle spasm, or some pain. Oh, my shoulder hurts today. Maybe I slept on it funny, right? Regardless of how the pain started, true injury or through this distraction mechanism as a result of chronic stress, tension, unresolved negative emotions, it doesn't matter how it started, but our fear, focus, and anxiety and obsession over the pain, our research, the medical authorities telling us we're broken, the media saying we're fragile, our friends and family cautioning us to be careful because you've got a bad back, us walking around saying we've got a bad back. That's what makes it chronic. And so all of that flies in the face of healing, right? Doctors should be the first ones to say, yeah, bad back, even if you did injure it bending over, it'll heal. You'll be fine. Go home, relax. If you want a little bit of, take some Advil, but you'll be fine. Put a heating pad on it. You'll be fine. But instead, pain becomes chronic. So the other question to ask when we're evaluating am I broken is whether or not you believe that emotional events cause physical events. So, if you can believe that crying is a physical event that happens as a result of emotions, whether it be happy tears or sad tears or grief, we cry. Liquid comes out of our face. Real physical event. If you believe in blushing, right? In an instant, our face, the blood flow to our face changes. It flushes red when we get embarrassed. That's a real physical reaction to an emotional event. Doesn't mean you're broken. Doesn't mean something's wrong with you. Just that's normal. Same thing, upset stomach. And I repeat these things because they bear repeating. Because again, if you can believe in blushing, in crying, in a panic attack, which is the epitome of a physical reaction to emotional events, in that case, overwhelming stress and tension, chronic state of fight or flight, heightened adrenaline and cortisol, the body freaks out and you have a panic attack. Again, these are all indisputable. So why not pain? Why not your other symptoms? What makes blushing and crying and a nervous stomach when you're nervous and sweaty palms when you're nervous and a fast heartbeat when you almost get into a car accident? What makes those unique that the same type of process change to the autonomic nervous system and a real physical reflection of the emotional event happens in our bodies? Well, chronic pain is just that. So, do you believe in healing? If yes, then anything after 6 to 8 weeks, something else is going on. TMS, distraction pain, diversion pain. Do you believe that emotional events cause physical events? If yes, take a hard look at your emotional world and you will see that your body is just reacting to your emotional world. It's real. It's in your body. It's as real as hitting your hand with a hammer. The reaction is there. It's physical pain, but it's not caused by what you think. And then lastly, I will ask you this other question. Do you believe that others have been able to end their pain through this mind-body approach, through this turning down the volume on your nervous system, on the fight or flight, on your stress levels? Do you believe that? If you don't, go to the web, YouTube, success stories, TMS success stories, right? Dr. Sarno, success stories, the TMS Wiki. That is a wonderful place. Look that up. Search for TMS Wiki and then go to the patient success stories. Go to Amazon. Look at Dr. Sarno, Nicole Sachs, Steve Ozanich, Adam Heller's books. Look, there's going to be some people in those book reviews saying this didn't work for me. Okay, so what? But so much, the vast majority of the book reviews there are people who got better because of this. So do you believe that people can end their pain, regardless of their physical diagnosis, regardless of what your doctor told you and how you've become programmed that you're broken? Do you believe that people have been able to end their pain? If so, they're unique in that they're not you, but they're not special, right? They were willing to take the leap of faith, but more so faith, accurate thinking. Believing in the medical diagnosis is blind faith in what the doctor tells you. Believing in this, yes, it's anecdotal evidence, but there are countless stories around the web. You probably know some people. Myself, 13 years. If anybody was ready to give up, I was. I was ready to resign myself to pain, but I kept going, And the common theme that I'm hearing, the more I put these videos out, the more people comment. The common theme that I'm seeing is people got better when they stopped trying to heal and when they stopped trying to end the pain. Again, it is a distraction mechanism. If you are spending all day long trying to end your pain, you are completely distracted from your emotional world. You're completely distracted from the life you want and should be and deserve to be living. So, relax. You're not broken. The body heals physically. Anything longer than 6 to 8 weeks is most likely this mind-body autonomic nervous system overload, stress response, distraction, pain. Number 2, do you believe that emotions cause physical events? I went through a couple of examples. If you believe that, then you can believe that your pain is caused by this process. And thirdly, do you believe that others have ended their pain? If yes, so can you. If not, go look for evidence. Go look at those testimonials. There's fantastic, fantastic stories. People I've worked with, 37 years of pain gone in a week to 10 days. It is possible. Once the brain understands that these negative emotions you've been running from for all of your life are not dangerous, and once your brain realizes and it accepts that you're not broken physically, that there's no real structural reason for the pain, the brain can let go of this pain and distraction strategy. So, hopefully this hit home with you guys and gals. Relax. You're not broken. And as much as we may feel broken, as much as we may feel broken emotionally, we're not. Oftentimes we are just playing the stories of our past over and over and over again, and we are literally living in the past right now. So, if you want to be able to live in the present, make a decision to let go of the experiences of the past. That doesn't mean you make believe they never happened. But with every emotional experience, with every life experience, there's often a lesson to be learned. So, as you look back to something traumatic about your past, what is the lesson that you can pick up from that experience? And when you get the lesson, you can let go of the emotional charge. So the lesson is, maybe you were abused as a child, and maybe there was some awful bullying and teasing from your siblings, from maybe your parents were verbally abusive or physically abusive, or maybe there was sexual abuse. All really, really tough stuff. And if that made your stomach turn just hearing that, my apology, that wasn't the goal. The goal here is to use that as an example as to how, if you continually tell your story about the past or replay that story in the past, and every time you get emotionally charged, perhaps you want to just shift the story a little bit and say, okay, what was the lesson? The lesson was, I was 4 years old. This had nothing to do with me. I was not a bad kid. This had to do with a parent or a family member or a sibling or bullies at school that were broken themselves emotionally, and they were taking it out on me. I did not deserve that. I am not broken. And so when you can learn the lessons from your past traumatic experiences, you can truly decide, okay, that did really have nothing to do with me. So I'm going to choose, and it is a choice, I'm going to choose to stop replaying those stories in my head over and over and over again, and I'm going to choose to allow those feelings to go. Allow that feeling, whatever that was, in, allow it to be felt, and then allow it to leave. That is called letting go. That is called processing your emotions. Feel them, allow them in, allow them to leave. But while they're there, get the lesson. What lesson can I learn from that experience? You know, I've got some emotional issues about my divorce. But what I've done is I've analyzed it enough, and I no longer replay the stories and fire up those emotions again and relive those emotions. But I have learned the lessons which will allow me to move forward in a better, more healthy way. So, you're not broken. We heal physically. And if we choose to let go of the emotional charge, but get the lesson from that previous traumatic emotional experience, we can heal emotionally as well. Emotions do cause physical symptoms or physical changes in our body. And if you believe that others can end their pain through this process, you can too. And if you don't believe it, go look at every example you can find of people who did it. And they're no different than you. They're no better than you. They're not capable more than you. You're not doing anything wrong. In some cases, the only reason we are still stuck in pain is because we are so focused on and obsessed with the pain and getting rid of it that literally we've taught our nervous system to keep on firing those pain signals. There's an old quote and an old saying that says, what you resist persists. What you resist, pain, symptoms, is going to persist because it is top of mind, it is forefront in your thoughts every day. And they're not pleasant thoughts and they're not pleasant feelings. And if you are allowing yourself to get down that whirlpool of despair because of the pain, you're completely distracted and you're kind of missing the point. There is a lesson to pain. Pain is here to say something is off in the way you're living your life. Something is off in the way that you're viewing yourself and treating yourself. Something is off on the way that you're holding on to these past traumas and not letting go of those emotions. Get the lesson. And when you have the lesson, you can say, I got it. I will never let that happen to me again. Let's say it was a bad relationship with a spouse and they were emotionally abusive for whatever reason. He, she, doesn't matter. So what's the lesson? The lesson was it had nothing to do with me. And maybe there was a lesson where maybe you did screw up. But that's okay. The lesson is, I've got it. I understand what I did wrong or what they did wrong. I'll look for those red flags and I will not get involved with another person like that moving forward. There's the lesson. Now you can let go of the trauma. You can let go of the emotional charge. And here's where you can really see a huge shift in your perspective about yourself. You'll stop punishing yourself for mistakes you believe you made back then. You made the decisions back then based on what you knew and were capable of back then. Is punishing yourself today over decisions you made years or decades ago going to help you out today, other than reactivate feelings of inferiority and I'm not good enough and I'm an idiot and look at the things I've done and look at how I've messed up my life? That is certainly not going to get you out of pain. So become self-aware of these thoughts and these programs that are running and make a decision to change them. Instead of saying I can't, instead of saying I'll never, start saying I can or I am. I am emotionally healthy. I can get better. I am getting better, right? And so hopefully this stuff helps. Relax. You're not broken. Physically or mentally or emotionally. Relax. You're not broken. So I appreciate you watching. If you like this video, share it, and we will talk to you guys soon. Thank you.